Okay, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grumbleduke, and I'm joined today by Divok, and we are casting Kingdom against Invasion. This is Singapore against Malaysia, one of the last games in the Premier Division of the Asia 1 division of the JDL3. And as I said, I'm joined today by Divok. How you doing, man?
Hey guys, I'm doing really well. I'm really looking forward to like you said, one of these last very important matches.
What do you think of these bans so far? Picks,
They seem pretty
bans.
standard. Doom, Like, and Brew, all sort of these first sort of section of bans. You'd also be looking for things like Void, DP, Faceless. Oh no, Void is Faceless. Void, DP, Tide, that sort of thing as well to come out with this fourth ban. But it seems to be very standard. I've seen that a lot recently. There you go, like I said, the Faceless. I've
The
seen that a
Void.
lot with
Yep.
these recent banning phases ever since TI3. They've all been very, very similar.
It's true. The Tide makes it through. Brew, I haven't seen him banned as much recently. People seem to be a little bit more confident dealing with Brew with Skywrath Mage and a couple of other kind of key counters. Death Prophet though, nice pickup for Invasion. Love that push in power. Very strong mid. But I'm always slightly hesitant about the first picking of Death Prophet. Because she is a fairly standard mid, and she's not too hard to counter, and it does give away quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Kingdom go for a Viper here, to be honest. I've always had luck with that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, she's not really a lane dominator. It's kind of like your Dragon Knight. You can guarantee some farm in lane with her, and she's going to be a little difficult to kill because she can guarantee farm from a very long distance away. And there's a Razor, and that's something you should pick against Death Prophet. Is these mid heroes that can get a lot out of the lane if they're just against these typical heroes. Razor can just abuse that lane now and get as much farm as he wants if they do intend to run in mid.
Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure. Death Prophet, great pickup, but I think you want to know what the enemy mid is first, or at least have banned out some key ones. I'm actually going to have to go AFK just for 2 seconds. I think I need to get a little bit more light on in this room. So by all means,
Yeah, sure.
tell them about Earthshaker.
I will indeed. And like I said, with this Death Prophet, she can stand far away from the farm, but like Grumble said, very easily countered, and being ganked by supports is one thing that Death Prophet cannot deal with. Without a standard, decent escape, if Earthshaker just wanders on over and sticks a really well-placed fissure, she is dead. Like, she cannot leap over the wall or go invisible or anything. She is just dead. If Earthshaker traps her, she's dead. And that's going to cause a lot of problems for Invasion, because it means they won't be online fast enough to push. And it'll give Kingdom enough time to get levels and items up to stop them pushing, and to be able to shut down that Death Prophet before she can take towers.
Very true. Very, very true. I think the Centaur does offset that slightly, because he'll be rushing Blink very, very quickly. He'll be jumping in to help any big move on the Death Prophet. But that's what's going to make it an interesting game, really. It's going to be high mobility. There's going to be a lot of crowd control going down. And I'm also quite interested to know how they're going to match up against... Kingdom are kind of in a position here. They want to get their position 1 Razor as close to an enemy carrier as possible, link it, and then ideally kind of leave it for as long as possible. Can't do that too much with the Death Prophet around. You need to focus that Death Prophet down really quickly. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with their target priorities here. Razor's got to stay near someone who's not Death Prophet, so that he can steal enough damage off them, and everybody else has to kill Death Prophet really quickly while Razor isn't dying to whoever he's
what it
stealing
will
damage.
be is Earthshaker's there for the lockdown, the whole people in place while Razor can steal damage. Meanwhile, the other supports and the offlane, or whoever else they decide to pick, can focus that Death Prophet down if she's got her ult off. And if she hasn't got her ult off, by all means steal the damage from her and just kill everyone before she gets it off. But like you said, it will probably be focusing down that Death Prophet as quickly as they can while Razor steals damage, and that'll be their perfect team fight. But team fights are never perfect, or at least rarely are.
That's very true. AA ban coming out from Kingdom. I really like that actually. Nice sync with the Death Prophet, because that AoE slow is huge. I'm actually trying to think, other than something like Upheaval from Warlock, I can't think of an AoE slow with quite as big an AoE as Ancient Apparition. I'm sure there are hundreds I'm just missing, but Midnight Pulse doesn't slow.
To mind.
March Machines doesn't slow. So yeah, I mean, you know, that kind of thing dropped onto a Death Prophet ult is exactly what you need to soak up all that damage from the ghosts. And I called it. I said I thought Kingdom would pick up a Viper. They didn't, but Invasion banned it, and good call from them. And also the Skywrath Mage. Like you know Umag. I've come to respect Skywrath Mage a lot recently. A very, very lot.
I have a handful of friends that are very good at playing Scarith, and I mean, he's not an insanely difficult hero to play, but when played well, oh my word, like, he can just wander up to a hero and insta-kill him. Like, without a word of doubt, just that hero is now dead.
Mm.
And Mirana being picked up, followed by a Shadow Demon pickup. Do you reckon that was a pick so that they couldn't have it themselves? No, wait, it can't be, because they already have Earthshaker. Who knows?
Hmm. I mean, it could be a Cormorana, and you know that's certainly a very deadly combo. I'm thinking though, it's kind of 5 of one, sorry, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really, because Shadow Demon works really well with Centaur.
With Centaur, yeah.
Works really well with Death Prophet. So whichever reason they were doing it for, it was a very good pick, and yeah, well played by them. I guess the only way that it doesn't sync up is Death Prophet's ult being physical damage and Shadow Demon amping magical damage, but like that's just, if it did that as well, if it amped magical and physical damage, that would be.
I mean, Death Prophet's ultimate
ridiculous.
still works when she's disrupted. That could be the idea.
That's very
Avoid
true.
some damage on your Death Prophet while her ultimate does work. There
I
is
like
some
that.
synergy here, but that's the thing with Shadow Demon. Like, you pick him for synergy. He's not a top tier support at the moment. For many reasons. He's very single target based, etc.
Unless you
anyway,
got
we'll
the
get onto
synergy.
this later. Picks coming out left, right, and centre here.
Yeah, Dazzle and Lich. Lich has been seeing quite a bit of comeback. Like he had a bit of a boost straight after the whole Ags upgrade and the infinite bounces, and then it went down again a little bit. And now I see him coming back. People are picking him again for the lane control with the sacrifice. Dazzle, I don't know too well, so you're gonna have to talk about Dazzle.
Dazzle's very strong, and again with this Death Prophet, like if they want to burst her down, all he has to do is grave her, Shadow Wave her after the grave runs out, and by then her ghost should start returning to her. So Dazzle and Death Prophet are actually a really nice combination. Together, along with the Shadow Demon as well, that Death Prophet should be able to get a full ultimate off without dying. Even if they lock her down, like if she gets 4-second Mirana Arrow and Earthshaker fissures only her, like she will still get her full ultimate off because she has Dazzle and Shadow Demon behind her. However, if that's why they've picked these two heroes, that's picking two heroes just so you have your push strategy work.
But I mean, I'm just thinking, how much time are they going to get free of with just free Death Prophet ults? Because it's going to be the disruption, as you said, then Yules, and then however long they want before she gets low enough for them to actually cast Grave on her. I mean, that's getting up to about 10 plus seconds of ghosts in your face. That's not good. Not good at all. I do like the Pugna pickup though.
Yeah,
that is going to be
a really nice pickup.
That is going to be some insane decrep damage coming out very early game if they combo that with either the Lich or the Earthshaker or the Mirana. But what do you think the lanes we're seeing here are on Kingdom? Like, is that a Mirana off lane?
It could be, or it could be a Lich off lane. Both work quite well. You could also run the Pugna mid. It works quite well against Death Prophet. Like I said, she can guarantee farm, but only with her Crypt Swarm. And if there's a Death Ward up, you might not want to do that as often. Obviously, at early levels, it only tickles. Like, it won't be enough to really push her off, especially with bottle and stuff. But that could be a thought.
I'm very curious about how Kingdom are going to lane this. There's a part of me that's looking at them and saying, alright, Mirana can transition to a position 1. Pugna is a position 1, or at least a core, and there's no other way to play him effectively that anyone seems to want to do anymore. But they don't really have a huge amount of late game here, and I can appreciate Invasion don't either, but Invasion have this last pick. If they pick up something really heavy here, they'll have the late game, hands down. Razor can't do everything. And Razor's BKB isn't going to help him at all against Death Prophet's ult.
However, with Kingdom's draft, I think they need something that also works early game, and yeah, there you go, Lone Druid. That's a really inventive pick, actually.
I like it. You know, what's harder than a carry with 12 item slots?
Exactly.
That's the eternal Lone Druid question.